Welcome back to another edition of Fact Over Feelings. In this segment, I'm just going to be doing a little bit of venting. Now, before we get started, like always, if you guys can just do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. And I'm just going to be doing a little venting today on my life. Like, in this segment of Fact Over Feelings, first of all, Fact Over Feelings is just where we put our emotions to the side and look at the facts of things. And the facts for me right now in my current situation in life is I feel like I have so much on my plate. The minute I left from overseas, I realized how much time I had to just take care of a lot of things with my business. I had the free time to do other things in life. But as I got home, it's like I have so my plate. If I had things on my plate before, it's doubled. Of course, now because I have my daughter with me in the summer, and I'm trying to educate and teach her and grow in certain aspects of life to just understand what's real in this life. A lot of times we get our feelings involved with things that need to be done. And for me right now, I feel like I'm in that situation that I have people who are wanting to enter into my life and try to not change, but want me to commit to them. And although I would like to, I have to put my feelings to the side and look at what's more important for me and my growth. And sometimes it's about being alone. And I feel like I'm just in a season or I'm in a situation where I'm just isolated. Like I don't even have time to interact with other people because every single move I'm trying to do is trying to be very calculated, making sure that everything that I do is going towards the betterment of my life, of my business, of my growth. And it's difficult at times because, one, I am single, and as a male, I'm 33 years old. I know what I want in life. I want a wife, I want a family, I want a son, I want to give my daughter a brother or a sibling because she's the only daughter. And I don't want her to grow up in life without that joy of having someone that she can relate to as a brother or a sister, because I've had that. I have many brothers and sisters, and I understand that they are very detrimental to your life and how they can help you. Because when I went through the situation with me and my father, when he passed, I had my sister. We were both from my mom and my dad. And I believe a lot of my growth of what I came through in that situation is because I had a sibling that understood my father just as me. When you have someone that can go through something and understand 100% the way you do, that helps you out a lot. And right now, I just feel like I'm in a season of isolation where I don't have anybody, yet I have some people that I'm talking to that are really close, but I have to make a decision like, is this what I really want? Is this what I'm really seeking and searching? And is it the right time? Is it the right time to just full forge and go forward with the people that wants me to commit to them? And that is a very difficult thing because it's such a balance of trying to find how do I balance my personal life, my work life, being a father, being an athlete. It's just so much that sometimes I feel like when I write, I have to just get it out. And coming on these episodes and just releasing and talking it out with you guys. Because sometimes we don't do enough release of information and release what's on our mind, what's on our souls, what's on our heart, what makes us upset, what makes us feel some type of way. Sometimes you just need to talk it out. Sometimes you just need to let it out. And I feel like I have not let it out enough. I do writing. I jot down my thoughts, and I every day I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my daughter. I'm grateful for this channel, this platform that I'm creating, and I just enjoy the process. I'm working on getting some therapy for my knees recently. Back in the days, I had a lot of knee issues, and now I'm going back to the treatment. And every time I first start with the treatment, it's always a lot of pain. I feel so much pain because the therapy that I use or I go to, they use this machine that just gets really, really deep. It gets so deep in my knees that 2, 3 days, a week later, it's like I can still feel that. It's like when I go so long without it, it's like it calluses over. Like when you get a cut and it callus over, and it's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you rip that off, start bleeding again. You start bleeding again. I feel like that's the type of situation that's going on. But some things have to be broken down in order to be built back up. And that's the situation with my knees and the situation in just therapy. But it's just a lot of things that I'm going through that I want to be successful in, that I want to achieve. I have financial goals, I have business goals, and I want to achieve all of them at once, but sometimes it's just difficult. Even for me, for everyone, I know we all go through the same situation where we want so much for ourselves. If you're listening to this, majority of the time, the people who listen and go out and seek information are the people, they understand where we're coming from. They understand that things get hard and it gets difficult, and we just want to achieve what we're trying to get to in life. And it's like, why is it taking it so long? And we say, like, God, why do I have to wait so long? And every time I think I reach a certain point in life, something else happened. And something else happened, and you got this one person in your life that may be trying to hold you back and deter you, and just a conflict of interest, and the whole battleground of my mindset trying to get to where I want to be, with all the distractions just firing at you from left to right. Every single day may seem like someone did something, you got a car issue. They say every time you're doing something good, you get car problems. A car problem comes up out of nowhere. I know when I first got back overseas, I think, okay, I'm just going to get some new tires. I'm driving down the road. I had to drive 11 hours to go pick up my daughter from Charlotte to Miami, or to Fort Lauderdale. As I'm driving, I didn't even know my entire tire busted. I was driving on a shredded tire on the highway for over 3.5 hours and had no clue. And I just thank God for keeping me and protecting me in that moment. And with those are just certain things that just happen out of nowhere. I'm thinking I just got to get some new tires. Now my rotors are messed up and my brakes, so I got to get rotors, brakes, tires. Life just comes at you from all angles and situations, and we just have to understand how to stay calm and present in the moment, and understand that everything will pass by. These are just the moments that are going to make us stronger. These are just the tests in life to see how we can handle them in this moment, because 90% of the time, I feel personally, almost every situation that you're going through, you're going to go through it again. Every moment, every difficulty, that's not going to be the first time my tire busts. It definitely wasn't the first time. It wasn't the last time. It's not going to be the last time I'm going to have to do some type of issue with my car, or sometimes some problem that's going to happen with my business, or a family issue. All these things normally happen over and over, but it's how I decide and determine to handle the situation. How do we handle the situation and keep our mindset locked on what we want in life and get the joy out of life? How do you get the joy out of life when everything around you? How do you stay calm in the middle of the storm when things are happening all around you? What do you turn to? Who is it that you talk to? Who is it, the people that you lean on in those moments? I lean on my mother a lot. We have a lot of conversations. I lean a lot on my mentor. Whenever things seem to be going in chaos, I wrote her today. I said, hey man, things are spinning. It's a lot on my plate. I have to do work. I'm working on my new home. I'm remodeling a home I just bought. And there's so much things going on. I haven't had time to train as much as I want to because I'm working on my home. And then I got to make sure I spend my time with my daughter. I have to make sure I go to the weight room. I have to make sure I come and record and do episodes for my podcast, because there's no way, I drop every single day clips, or whether it be episodes. Fridays are full interviews. Saturdays are keys to the game, and Sundays are fact over feelings. So it's 3 different segments of a podcast that I say that I'm going to be committed to. And when life be lifing, you kind of lose track of yourself and understand like, man, I can't even get to what I got to get to. And there's so much things piling on my head. Stay locked in. Stay locked in. Always focus on the ultimate goal. Always focus on what it is that you need to do to get to that goal. But enjoy it along the way. Understand that difficult moments are there to push you in the right direction. The resistance is just what is going to propel you further. The resistance of life, the resistance of doubt, the resistance of people trying to enter into your inner circle, and the resistance of people hating on you. All that is just making you more resilient. And honestly, for me, I believe that is a sign that you're heading in the right direction. I'd had a recent interview with my younger cousin, and I told him, he said he was just stuck. I said, that's a good sign. You know why? Because that means you're actually doing something for yourself. People who don't get stuck in life are people who are not actively trying to do something new and trying to better themselves. Every time I've tried something new to better myself, to improve, I always get stuck. I'm trying to run a business. I'm trying to train. I found myself at moments just getting so stuck. I'm writing a book. I got to get back to one of my books. Just keep in touch. Y'all stay tuned. I do have a new book that I'm writing that I'm giving out to the public for free. It's just something that I put on my heart. I feel like everything, I have my book, Changing Your Illusions to Your Mind into Reality, is the first book I wrote on just how do you use a to-do list to improve your life and get to your goals. Then I wrote the book, 6 Must-Have Traits to Be an Overseas Basketball Player, that just gives you all the traits you need to be a professional basketball player. Mentally, what do you need to achieve that? And now I'm writing another book, just something of inspiration to help you guys get through the day. And I want to give that up for free. I mean, okay, I'm selling this one, I'm doing this. What am I giving to the people? What am I giving to the world? Every day I write down, I am impact and value to this world. How? How am I going to be an impact and value to the world and the people around me with all the chaos going around? So I have these tasks that I'm doing so I can understand that it's bigger than me. All these things that are trying to hinder me is because I have a greater calling in life. You have a greater calling in life. And it's just here to prepare us for the place that we want to be in life. Me coming on here and venting what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, the situations in my life, I know deep down it's going to help somebody because someone else is going through the same situation. So I understand I have to do my part. I have to suck it up. Understand that this is only going to make me stronger. This is only going to make me better. This is only going to push me in the right direction in the way that I want to go. And as I realize, as I get on here and I get to talking, I start feeling a lot different. I start feeling more energized. I start feeling more that deep desire in me to just keep going and pushing because I enjoy this. I enjoy just turning on the lights and setting up the cameras. I got my microphone and I got my lights, I got my little setup. Wherever point in the journey that I'm at with my podcast, with basketball, I understand that you got to just enjoy it. As a father, as a brother, as a cousin, whatever it is, whatever situation and whatever part of life that you're in, having a lot of money, having zero to none. I talk with one of my best friends and he's just stressing like, man, I don't have the money, I don't have the situation. I said, listen, bro, we're all been there. We all go through these situations. Your time will pass. I made a tweet one time and I said, you will have everything that you want in life if you are patient enough to wait for it. If you're patient enough to wait and continuously work towards what you want, you will have that. That is just my belief. That is just what I believe. If you are patient enough to wait for everything that you want in this life and continuously work at it, you will get everything that you desire. But it takes the work. I don't get it twisted. Well, you don't have to put no work in, and you don't have to grind, because that's part of the process. I believe you see what you want, you think about it, you meditate on it, you put it on your vision board, and then you just reverse engineer and start doing the steps. That's where the work comes in to get to whatever you want to be. This platform, I want it to grow. I want it to reach millions. Takes work, takes me grind. I'm the editor. I have to post. I'm the social media content creator. I have to post the clips. I have to post the clips on all platforms. I have to edit all the videos. I have to do all the captions. I have to do all these things. That's fine. That's the work that I'm seeing that I have to do to be able to reach the goals that I have for the platform, for my career, for this business, this channel, this podcast. The goals that I have for it requires work. Things gonna happen. Life be lifing. That needs to be a shirt. I need to create that. Life be lifing. Everybody can understand that. Life be lifing. So just take the time to sit back. Sometimes when I get on here and I get to speaking and I understand, I feel like sometimes I be talking to myself a lot of the times. Y'all guys be thinking I'm just relating it to you, but I'm just talking about myself. Enjoy the process. That's why I feel so much better when I just release. Find your release of what you need to do. I started this episode, I was like, I'm just going to vent all the things that just have me bogged down because I've been working here, this. And then when I get on here and I get to talking, I just feel so much better. I feel so much better. I feel the release. I feel like everything is working and it's for its good. And that's a fact. Things are working out for the good, not for just only for me, but whoever hears this is a like mind. This is a like calling for us to get to wherever it is that we want to get to in life, and we can release all the negativity and the haters and whoever wants to come into our existence and push us and keep us from where we want to be. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. They're not going to stop you. They're not going to hinder you from reaching your goals, from reaching the desires of your heart. No one's going to stop you if you're patient enough and you're willing to put the work in to get to where you want. I truly believe that I am going to get to where I am designed to be. I have a design for my life, and I understand that. Sometimes I was telling my daughter, it's going to be boring, it's going to hurt, it's going to be tedious, it's going to suck at times, but that's part of the process. Fall in love with that. The people that fall in love with just the tedious, boring, nonsense things and the haters and all the things that just comes to bring you down, fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the life be life and just embrace it all. Embrace it all. Take a deep breath and then keep pushing forward. That's all I got for this episode of Fact Over Feelings. That's the fact. I had to let that be known that, even I go through things and I have a lot on my mind and my heart, and I know we all do. But as long as we keep pushing forward, as long as we keep our eyes on the prize, keep our hearts pure, keep our soul reaching for greater heights in this life, we're going to achieve that. That's all I got for this episode. Till next time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.